let me say that when you think about things like the Hyperloop competition, it's one of those activities that bring together not only our students, but also many of the people that are thinking about the future of what transportation in this country and elsewhere around the world should be. I wonder how many of those of you who have not been part of the Hyperloop team, how many of you know what Hyperloop is all about? Let's see. Some of you do not? Well, for those of you who do not, let me suggest that Hyperloop is nothing else but a challenge for us to think about what is the right way for people to move around as we move forward. Is regular transportation the right way? Is railway transportation the right way? Or there are other things we should be thinking about as we try to make transportation safer, more efficient, more appropriate for the future that we want to have. Is 20th century transportation the right way for 21st century transportation? And at the end of the day, I will tell you that many people think that in places like University of Illinois, one of the best engineering places in the world, we ask these questions and we come up with answers. But I will tell you, sometimes we're being challenged by not only ourselves, but some very creative minds outside the world of academia, like Elon Musk, that challenge the world to think about what Hyperloop, the project Hyperloop, what it is that we should be doing. Yesterday I welcomed on this campus 1,500 new engineering students, and it's interesting to see them. They come here, they are very excited to be part of a very top engineering college, and I asked them, why do we build skyscrapers, and at the end of the day, to go from one skyscraper to the next, we need to come down from the highest building, the highest point on the skyscraper, come down to the ground and try to move on the ground to the next skyscraper. Does that make sense? Because in my mind, it makes no sense. It makes no sense whatsoever. If we are serious about living in a third dimension, we should be serious about changing the way we move around in the third dimension as well. And I will tell you, I hate flying with airplanes. I hate it because it's one of the most inefficient way of getting in the third dimension for short distances from one place to the next. So even though Hyperloop has been challenged, as has been challenging ourselves to think about the alternative to train transportation, I believe Hyperloop will be one of the ways that some engineers, maybe this guy over here, will try to connect skyscrapers in the congested metropolitan areas of the future very soon. So the only thing I will say is that these things are happening because of the students. We wouldn't be doing that if it was not for the students who wanted to do the job. So I will congratulate the team once again. I know much less about Hyperloop than they do. So if you have any questions, please ask them, don't ask me. The only thing I do here is to make sure that if they want something as they compete, to make it to the, when is the final?
January.
January
2029. January 29.
January 29, 2017. I make sure they have it. But what they're telling me is that oftentimes some of the most challenging questions they have to answer, they do not go to their professors or to their leader, but they just go and find those questions among themselves. The answers to those questions among themselves. I count on